Every man has dark emotions and thoughts. And just about every man also holds these dark emotions and thoughts inside of him until the dam finally breaks. And this was me 2 years ago. 2 years ago, in the span of about 2 months, I lost my sister in a car accident. Me and my best friend, my lifelong best friend, got into an argument and we're no longer friends. And I also went through a breakup at the time, and I was left super alone. I was struggling to keep my head above water at this point in my life, and I have went through many breakdowns in my past. I have had deep depressions. I have had times when I ran away from home. I have had times where I wish I just didn't exist. And then I found journaling, which was something I thought that was like super cringe, like my whole life, but I had no friends. I had nobody around me, so I was already like super pathetic as a person, so I was like, how could I get any worse, right? Might as well try out journaling. Right here is my first journal, and at first I had no clue what I was doing. I'll read you my first journal entry. So as you can see right here, 10/21, or 10/11/21, so the 10th of 2021. Today I need to go to work from 9 to 3. After this I need to ship out my red dot. I also need to make my breakfast for the week and start reading my new book, Rich Dad Poor Dad. Today's goal is to make it through the day and be productive with time. Take everything one day at a time, and a year from now, you will be in a good position and thank the Ryan who took days to days sacrificing. Currently, I am talking to a girl. Her name is, not going to say it. She is one of the most beautiful girls I have talked to, but I cannot let her affect me in any way. And I know she would never intentionally do this, but the mind is a crazy place that brews false narratives because of how much you like them. My goal for the week is to be productive, one time, motivated, and to get shit done Monday through Friday. So you have free time at the end of the week to spend with my friend before he goes away, maybe see the girl I was talking to, and go shopping for some clothes this season. I do not chase. I attract. I'm powerful. What is mine will find me. I deserve everything. So as you can see, I was kind of journaling like how everybody told you to journal. Just like weird stuff, right? And this journal right here literally holds my day-to-day life, from making it from a kid who was like super depressed and not doing anything good with his life to the complete opposite. Pretty much a year and a half later since I picked up this book, my life has totally changed. I no longer feel that buildup of anger and frustration inside of me. My mind is always mentally clearer and mentally sharper, and I always feel a lot more mentally healthier. And I think I'll overall around just achieve my goals more, because when I journal in the morning, which I'll tell you about how I go about it, I kind of break down my goals I'm trying to work towards into bite-sized pieces that I can achieve throughout the day. So instead of trying to work towards and achieve this big goal, I just break it down into small bite-sized pieces in my journaling in the morning. And that's kind of what I was doing here, is I was just kind of breaking down my day, understanding how my day was going, and preparing my mind for just life in general. This video is going to be an in-depth guide about journaling and how to journal, because this one habit that I incorporated into my morning routine just about 2 years ago has solved so many issues in my life, and I truly think that every young man and just every person out there just needs to try it. And so if I was you, I would pay attention to this video, because some of the greatest men in history have all kept a journal. You might have heard of Marcus Aurelius if you're kind of in the self-improvement area, if you watch these type of videos. Marcus Aurelius was a Roman emperor way long ago, but he wrote the book Meditations, which you guys are actually sitting on top of right now, so I can't grab it. But this book was never meant to be a book. It was actually his journal that people later on in life turned into a book. And the cool thing about Marcus Aurelius is that he was born into the Roman Empire. Like, he got passed down the empire, and even though he was such a fortunate, lucky man that anybody would listen to, right, he still kept a journal and wrote down his deep thoughts and was always practicing Stoicism. The really impactful thing about Marcus Aurelius is that he was able to keep the Roman Empire together through some of the toughest times. And I think a lot of people point to his journaling for that, because if you read Meditations, it's really deep thoughts that he was kind of seeing throughout his day-to-day life, and that he was keeping himself grounded with journaling, because even though he was this person who had everything, right, he still needed an outlet for his dark side, for his emotions, for his thoughts as a human being, because us as men, we don't really feel comfortable telling other people our deep thoughts, our deep emotions, right? And just letting it out. And so a journal is the perfect place to put it. And I know you might be thinking like, oh, I don't want somebody to read it, right? I don't want to write it down because then somebody will read it. But if they do read it, they are just going to read your true self. And if they don't accept your true self, if they get angry at you, so what? So what, bro? Like that's your true self. You can't be afraid to show it. And so you can kind of think of it this way, just like if you were to ignore like the hot temperature on your car, like let's say your car had an overheating problem, right? And the temperature was super hot, but you just kept ignoring it, well, your engine's eventually just gonna blow up and it's, you know, it's gonna be done for, right? Well, the same is for you as a human being. If you're getting too hot tempered in life, if you're building up too much steam and you don't let it out some ways, you don't have a cooling system for it, you're gonna blow up. That dam is going to break. That's when you're gonna break down as a person and, you know, hit those really lows in life, hit those, you know, depression states that you really want to stay out of. So the first step to start journaling and getting your thoughts and emotions out there is to just start it tomorrow morning. Okay, you cannot wait. You cannot like tell yourself after this video, oh, I'm gonna go journal, because you never will. Tomorrow morning, or literally after this video, get out a sheet of paper and just start trying to journal. You might be like, I don't know how to do it. That's exactly how it should be, though. You shouldn't know, because journaling is kind of a quest to figure out yourself. The whole thing behind it is figuring out your own mind. You have a lot of these open loops inside of your mind, and journaling is what will help you solve these open loops. So of course you're going to feel lost at first. Of course it's going to feel awkward at first, because that's how it should be. But over time you will get into the flow of it, and you will start to understand your own way of journaling and what works for you. And so I'm going to give you kind of the beginner framework to how you should start journaling. But before that, I just want to let you know that journaling, like I said, it's all about letting your thoughts and emotions out there. And if I just give you the framework and just tell you to follow like the 5 best tips to start journaling, then your journaling is not going to be authentic to who you are. It needs to be authentic to who you are. And through that, you just need to start doing it to really figure out, again, like I said, how to journal. And so if I just tell you how to do it, then you're just going to make it a habit. But the thing is, journaling is not a habit. Like I said, it's an outlet for your thoughts and emotions, and your thoughts and emotions are not the same as mine. And if you just follow the framework I'm going to give you forever, it's never going to actually work for you. That's why a lot of like journaling videos that you might watch online don't work for you. I had to figure out journaling on my own. I watched a bunch of videos, all of them on how to journal, but none of them worked because all of them were just a habit. They weren't actually getting your thoughts and emotions out there. But the framework to just start it, to kind of just start building the habit so then you can kind of become authentic to it, is like I said, just start tomorrow. Start right after this video and just follow this one thing. I always say, good morning world. Today is going to be an amazing day, because that sets your intention for the day. Right when you wake up, you know, you grab your journal, you say, good morning world, today is going to be an amazing day. And even though you haven't gone about your day and you don't know if it's going to be a good day or a bad day, you're already setting the intention for the day that it's going to be a good day. And if you can say that to yourself right in the morning and get that in your mind, then you're going to start to look at everything in a more positive way. Like, oh, today's going to be a good day. You're telling yourself that, and then good things will just come. It's kind of like the law of attraction, if you want to call it, right? And then after that, you're going to want to go into some things that you're grateful for. You're going to talk about probably just 3 things is what I used to write down a lot. So, for example, I'd be like, I'm grateful for the pen I'm writing with. I'm grateful for the caffeine I'm drinking because it makes me feel really good. And I'm just thankful for being alive. It can just be small things like that. But gratitude is important, because gratitude is the opposite of entitlement. And if you're feeling entitled, which you might not be able to admit to yourself that you're feeling entitled, right? Like, you don't know it, but most likely if you don't practice gratitude, then you do feel entitled. And I'm not saying entitled like some rich kid, right? I'm saying entitled to becoming more and achieving more in life without actually kind of like putting in the work, or at least being grateful for what you have. Like, us as humans are always trying to achieve the next thing and the next thing and the next thing, that we never are just grateful for what we have. And if we aren't grateful for what we have, then I kind of feel like the universe is not going to give you more, because it's like, all right, I'm already giving you stuff and you're not being grateful for it, right? And gratitude is such a high vibration energy. So if you can set that right in the morning, not only will it create abundance in your day, but it will allow you to be more grateful for everything that comes throughout your day. Like I always say, like, life is an emotional experience, okay? The way you perceive life is through your emotions. And if you ground yourself in the morning with gratitude, you will perceive life so much better, even if your life is dull, even if it's not the best. That's the main reason why I started the journal, because my life was dull. there was nothing going on with it. And so some ways I needed to make the best out of it. I needed to be grateful for the struggle I was going through at the time. So after you set your intention for the day and practice a little bit of gratitude, again, it can just be a couple things, a couple small things that you see around your room that you're trying to like be grateful for. And when you write it down, try to feel that emotion, try to feel your gratitude, try to imagine all of the things that it helps you out with in life. Like my pen, it helps me write stuff down, you know, and it helps me create, like I have these certain posters around the room with like motivational stuff I write in there for myself, right, too, which might be a little bit cringe, but it helps me do those things. And without the pen, I couldn't do that. So I'm grateful for the pen, and I feel that emotion, right? I try to feel that emotion to the best of my ability. Then you want to go into setting your goals for the day, because just like if you're going to go into the gym without a plan, well, you're probably not going to see results unless you're like amazingly genetically gifted. Well, me and you probably aren't insanely like gifted in life, right? We kind of have to work towards becoming the best version of ourselves. We weren't just born with everything, right? So we need to have a plan for each and every day of our life, because our life is finite, bro. We only have so much time, so we need to make use of this time by setting goals every single day so that we use every single day to the best of our ability. Because you're probably a person who has a lot of goals in life. You're probably an ambitious young man who wants to accomplish a lot, right? And these big goals, they need to be broken down so that you know what to do with every single hour of your day. The thing I struggle with a lot was switching from task to task, right? You know, I would go to work, then I would come home and be like, okay, like what do I do now? Like, how do I achieve my goal? I didn't really know. And I would end up wasting like an hour trying to think about it and trying to figure out what to do. But when I started to practice journaling every morning and writing down my goals, I knew once I got home, okay, this is my goal. But then I would also break it down even more. So inside of my goal, it was to make content online, right? And I would break it down, okay, I'm going to make 5 videos. One's going to be about this, that, and the third, boom. I already know my goal. I don't waste any time, you know, when I get home. I know exactly what to do. I don't even have to think about it. And the thing is, your mind is most mentally clear right in the morning, right? You're truly like really aligned with your higher self, your higher intelligence right in the morning. Like that's a whole nother topic, but you really are. So getting your thoughts out there in the morning, it's the best way to do that. And then after setting your goals and breaking them down so that you know what to do with your day every single day, this is when you want to free flow. This is when you just want to think about your life entirely and where you're going and just let it all flow. You want to like cut about 15 minutes to 30 minutes in the morning in order to do this, but just allow yourself to flow. What are you going through? I started journaling when I was in a relationship, right? And it wasn't really going the best. And I didn't have anybody to talk to. I didn't have an outlet. And if I didn't let it out some ways, then I would take it out on her, because she was the only person really in my life at the time, and I didn't want to do that. I was trying to become better at the time, so I let it out into the book. I would talk about every single way I was feeling, and even though the book didn't talk back to me, it still helped me out a lot. It helped me fix those loops I had inside of my head, those unconnected loops. You know, I kept going around these thought patterns, but I could never figure it out until I finally wrote it down. And again, you might be thinking to yourself, but I don't want somebody to find my journal and read all my deep thoughts. But so what? So what if she finds your thoughts and you were talking about how you feel like she's cheating on you, right? Or that you want to break up with her and go do something else or date somebody else, whatever it may be. So what? Because the more truthful you can be with everybody in the life, the more aligned you're going to be with your true authentic self. Like a lot of us are just living this lie, right? We're acting like everything's okay, but we have all these thoughts and emotions inside of us that we aren't truly letting out. And the first step to like actually aligning yourself to your true self is to let it out to your journal, right? Because it's just like it's taking baby steps, right? It's hard to let it out to somebody. So you gotta let it out to something that doesn't talk to you back, that isn't gonna judge you at first. And then once you start to get comfortable with that, then you might start to get comfortable with maybe letting it out to a person, and then letting it out to more people, and then letting this out to the whole world. And I'm not saying you have to tell them all your like deepest, darkest thoughts, but you can start to be truly more authentic with them. You can start to tell them your goals and your ambitions in life without being fearful of judgment from them, right? Like I used to be so scared of telling my friends my goals. I had all these big dreams I wanted to accomplish in life, and I used to be scared to tell them. But now I'll just be like straight up, like, bro, I want to accomplish this. And sometimes like they'll be like, oh, you're super egotistical. I'm like, okay, I'm not egotistical. I know that you're just insecure about like my big goals, right? I don't really care. I don't care. I just don't. Journaling has allowed me to become this way. So those were the 3 frameworks that I followed for a long time about journaling. That was just setting the intention, gratitude, and then setting my goals for the day. And I guess extra 4 would be just kind of free flowing and going about whatever I wanted to talk about. Now it's a little bit more just all free flowing, right? Every single morning. But now we're kind of going into why journaling is beneficial to you. The first one was that you're going to start to truly align yourself with who you truly are, internally and externally, because a lot of us are different human beings inside and outside. You know, we present a different us to other people, and this truly really isn't healthy, because then you start to feel like people don't truly know who you are. And for me, the first step to aligning myself, like I said, I kept saying was journaling, bro. But the second one is going to be humans truly will find fulfillment and growth in life. And journaling is growth. Every single morning when you wake up and you start to journal, you're going to start to really feel this kind of like this growth feeling in life, like you're moving ahead in life. And you actually are going to be moving ahead in life. You're going to be achieving more every single day, mentally, physically, spiritually, emotionally, all these ways. And that will bring you true fulfillment and true happiness inside of your life. I don't care what we say. Like, I don't care if you think that like getting riches and stuff like that is going to bring you true happiness and fulfillment. No, it isn't. Truly align yourself with who you are, and building yourself every single day is what will make you truly happy. Like all of the gurus online will tell you, oh, money doesn't bring happiness, right? And they were working towards money to get happiness, and then they got it, and they realized what made them happy was working towards something. It was working towards getting that money. That is what makes everybody happy, is building, is growing. Just like back to Marcus Aurelius, he journaled because he needed to constantly grow. He had everything in life, right? He had the Roman Empire by his hands. He had everything in life. And journaling kept him grounded. It kept him felt like he was constantly growing in life. And I really think that's, why he did it. And so if somebody like Marcus Aurelius, who had everything journaled, why don't people like us who are trying to gain just a little fraction of like some abundance in life journal as well? I think it will make us so much happier, right? I think it will also allow you to discover what will truly bring you fulfillment in life, because a lot of us will work towards these certain goals, right? That college degree, that certain job, that certain title, that certain car, all of these materialistic things that we think make us happy in the external world. But what will truly bring you fulfillment and happiness is the things that you find and build within your internal world, right? And I say this because some of the most happiest, like, joyful people I've met is like homeless people. And it might sound like really weird, like why would a homeless person be like super happy and joyful? But it's just because they get to have a nice conversation with you, right? And I'm not saying like truly homeless. I'm just saying like people that don't really have a lot. They tend to be truly happy and joyful just because they are at least experiencing life. They're at least getting to experience this conversation with you, right? They're very grateful for all of the small internal growths and internal connections they make in life. Well, the people that are working the 9 to 5s, thinking that, gaining this money and then gaining the house and then gaining the better car and all of these things that we think will make us happy, they're just constantly in a stressed out state. They're constantly in a state that is just not, truly fulfilling. It's a dead end in life. And I'm not saying going down that route will lead you to that way, but you need to incorporate the mental growth as well with the physical growth, right? And so I want to make this connection here to make it easy for you to understand. Just like if you were going to go to the gym and put on muscle, you would intake calories, you would go work out, you would break down the muscle, and then it would grow, right? From doing all of that. Well, the same kind of goes with life. You go live your life, which is intaking the calories, and then you break down the muscle by journaling, and then you grow by completing your journaling session and going about life even more, if you kind of get what I'm saying. So you're intaking all of this information, all of these emotions, all of these experiences. Well, where is it going to? Is it just sitting in your head with all of these open loops? Or are you allowing it to flow out of you somewhere? Are you allowing these loops to connect through journaling, through writing it down some ways? This can be meditating for you. Just meditating wasn't for me. That was boring. I like to write my thoughts out. I like to almost kind of create a story about my life. That's another way I look at journaling. It's kind of like writing your life for the day, or just writing your entire life. Like you're literally writing your story every single day. Because I just noticed that when I started to write out my mornings and when I used to start writing out my days, in the morning, my days would go exactly how I wrote them out. And I started to realize, like, oh my God, I can start to, like, really achieve great things if I just write them down. And I break those great things into bite-sized pieces that I can do throughout the day. And that's kind of how I got into the point where I am today. And so part 3 of why journaling will be beneficial to you is because it will bring commitment to yourself and consistency to yourself. And I'm talking yourself as in your best self, okay? When you start journaling every single morning, that shows that you are committed to becoming the best version of yourself, but you are also consistent with becoming the best version of yourself, because you can commit right now and go journal after this video, and that's you committing to becoming the best version of yourself, but then you're not going to be consistent with it if you don't do it every single day. So the second part of the equation to becoming the best version of yourself is being consistent with it every single day. You commit in the morning, and you be consistent throughout the week every single morning, if you get what I'm saying. And doing all of this is what will lead to you basically curing your depression. This is going to be like a political part of the video, but like 99% of people's depressions out there is just, it's a lifestyle issue. It's the best way to put it, right? And I say that because I personally experienced that too. When I changed my habits, when I changed my lifestyle, my depression completely faded away. It was nothing that came out of the sky onto me. It was simply just a lifestyle issue. And my lifestyle issue was that I wasn't being consistent and committing towards the best version of yourself, because like I said earlier, you will truly be fulfilled and happy in life when you are working towards becoming a better person every single day, when you are working towards building yourself up every single day. And so right now I want to ask you this question, okay? What would your ideal life look like right now? What would it be? Who would be the girl you would be with? Who are the friends you would be around with? Where would you be living? Where would you be traveling to all of the time? What would you be doing to make money? Now ask yourself, are you worth these things? Like right now, do you think you're worth these things? Like do you think can you achieve these things in a short period of time? Like not next to 5 years. I'm talking like the next 2 to 3 years. Can you achieve these things? If there's even a hint of no, I can't, then these are self-limiting beliefs. And this also goes with thinking like, I don't know how to journal. This is how you journal. You have self-limiting beliefs. So inside of your journaling, you need to break down these self-limiting beliefs. First off, you start with the 3 steps of the framework I told you. Set your intention for the day, practice gratitude, and then set your goals. But then talk about, I'm limiting myself in life because I don't believe that I can truly achieve this. That I don't believe that I'm worth this. And then you keep writing, you ask yourself, why is that? Where did this come from? How can I break that? What is my actionable step to break this, self-limiting belief so that I can live more? Most of the time, what is separating you from kind of where you want to go is just your beliefs, bro. I keep saying that life is an emotional experience. Well, belief is kind of like an emotion. And if you can get your emotions in alignment with who you want to become and who you're, like, what emotions does the best version of yourself have? The person that is living your dream life, what emotions do they have every single day? Do they have emotions of confidence, of security within themselves, of belief that they can do something? They probably do. And if you don't have those beliefs every single day, that's what you need to practice inside of your journaling every single day. It's just telling yourself you're confident. At first, you're going to feel weird and you're not going to believe it. And you're going to be like, oh, this is like some black magic that doesn't work, right? Or whatever, some witchcraft, this is the manifesting stuff. But then over time, it will actually start to come to fruition in life if you practice it long enough. If you do this every single day, because then you will start to see it inside of your day-to-day life. Like I just also said earlier, if you set your intention for the day that today is going to be a good day, you might see a little glimpse of why today is going to be a good day. And that just makes your day a little bit better, if you kind of get what I'm saying. It can be the worst day, but you kind of see the glimpse of, oh, I see why today was a good day. I learned this. This happened, right? Somebody smiled at me today, right? Somebody held the door open today. That made today a good day. But if you didn't think about that in the morning, then you wouldn't have seen that, right? You wouldn't have noticed that. But once you start to notice what makes you feel confident, what makes you feel all these types of ways, then you start doubling down on what made you feel that way, right? That's what journaling is all about. It's kind of like your own coach. It's you figuring out your own life inside of your journal every single morning. It's you analyzing your life and revising it so that you can get one step closer to your goal. I just thought of something. If this point in this video you still think journaling is cringe, that you still think writing down who you dream of becoming, of all the things you want to achieve, is cringe, of writing down your deepest, darkest emotions is cringe, I want you to understand that this is exactly what you need. You need humility in yourself, because you cannot learn from your mistakes as a person if you do not have humility in yourself. If you cannot laugh at yourself and say, wow, maybe I am a little bit cringe. Wow, maybe I did fuck up. wow, maybe I am a little bit of a loser. I had to do that all through journaling. I couldn't admit to myself that. I couldn't have humility. And gratitude is what brought me there. It took the entitlement away from you. Like I said, when you were in a state of gratitude, that is the opposite of feeling entitled. When you are no longer entitled, you have humility. To really accept yourself for who you are and understand that you are exactly in life. The place you are in life right now is exactly where you should be. That one might have hit you hard. It kind of might have hurt. Because it hurt me when I heard that. When I was told that the place I am in life right now is exactly the reflection of what I was doing a year ago, it hurt me. Because I realized that every day I was waking up and going about life without a plan. Because I just felt entitled to achieving more, to becoming more, without actually grounding myself every single day and analyzing my life. And a lot of you are not going to do it because you're going to get to the goal part of setting your goals, right? But you're going to be afraid to write them down. Because if you write them down and you don't achieve them, it's going to make you feel some type of way. And when I was just looking back at my journal at the start of this video, I saw something that said that I failed to accomplish my goal yesterday. And now that I think back to it, I remember feeling that type of way. I remember feeling ashamed of myself for not accomplishing that goal. But that's exactly how we need to feel. That's exactly how we are going to overcome our obstacles in life. Because it's easy to just keep pushing off and forgetting your dark emotions, your deep thoughts. You know, the thoughts that you think, oh, maybe I'm going to fail, maybe I'm a failure, all these bad thoughts, right? It's easy to keep pushing them off. But you're just swiping them under the rug. And one day it's going to build up. And you're going to step on it and everything's going to smush out. The dam is going to explode. The sooner you can come true to yourself and say, like, I'm kind of fucking up in life, I kind of need to change, the sooner you will achieve the best version of yourself, your goals. The sooner you start to feel more fulfilled and more happy. Like, let me read this journal entry really quick. This is from January 20th of 2022, a little bit over a year ago. Good morning, world. Today I am ready to deal with everything that comes my way and do it with ease. I'm deserving of all the abundance life will bring me soon. I'm grateful to live the life I am living. I will positively impact millions of people this year. My goal for today are to make 10 TikToks and read, and how I will do this by making a lot of TikToks before 1 p.m. and I will read for an hour from 9 to 10. As you can tell, I can't really write that well. That's okay. At the beginning of the year, I started posting online on TikTok. Around January, I probably had 5,000, 10,000 followers online. That was my total amount. And probably less than 100,000 views online, right? My videos that I posted probably got less than 100,000 views in total, right? And I was telling myself that I'm going to positively impact millions of people this year. You want to know how many people saw my video last year? Over about, I'd say a comfortable number, 40 million, 50 million. I say that because my TikTok has 6 million likes. And the average like to view ratio, it's pretty low. So let's just say we multiply it by 10 times. So every 10 view there's 1 like, which is, it's very accurate. 60 million views. This was back when I had nothing. When I didn't love life, when I wasn't fulfilled with my life, and I was telling myself all these things, that I'm deserving of all the abundance. I gained all of that abundance. This was kind of when I was at my lowest. This was a couple months after I lost my sister. After I went through that breakup, after I lost that friend. I literally wrote down everything that I accomplished. And it was only because I was able to say that I was going down the wrong path. I can't find it right now, but there was parts of me in here saying I failed my goal. That, you know, last night I beat off and I failed myself. I failed what I've told myself. And if you're constantly failing what you're telling yourself you're going to do, you're going to be in a self-sabotaging state. And so through journaling, if you do this correctly, you will break that self-sabotaging state. And this will allow you to do everything you want to do. Because when you can truly start to trust yourself through admitting to yourself that, hey, you fucked up, and then start to become better and actually doing the things that you tell yourself you're going to do, that's when you're limitless. That's when you can accomplish whatever you want to accomplish. People sleep on this. Here's another one. Good morning, world. Today is going to be an immaculate day. I'm feeling a little sad and drained inside. I can't seem to pinpoint the exact reason, but I think I need to remind myself I got to experience things in my last relationship. I guess this was after I broke up. I get to wake up early. I get to go to the gym. I get to read. I get to make TikToks. I get to put myself in a position. I am honestly thinking about showing up on gym to put more time into my craft. So this was clearly after another breakup I went through. Not the one I've been mentioning, but the one I went through at the beginning of 2022. And I was really sad. I was really down bad. And I kind of dreaded doing the positive habits in my life. But I started to tell myself I get to do these things. I was trying to feel grateful that I was able to do these things, right? Because even though it didn't feel good, I was still pushing myself towards becoming a better person. Even though it didn't feel good, I was still doing the thing. I was still getting to do that. A lot of people don't get to do that. A lot of people don't get to become the best version of themselves right now. You have the opportunity. If you're a young person watching this, you have the opportunity. You don't have a kid. Hopefully not. Hopefully you're not in a relationship that's taking up all your time. Hopefully you don't have a car payment, a house payment, that you have to go to work many, many hours of the day just to pay off. Hopefully you have a lot of time so that you get to do these things. It might not feel good, but you get to do them. And down the road, bro, I promise, everything you write down, all of the goals you set that you break down into bite-sized chunks every single day will become true. They will all manifest themselves into reality, into the real world. That's what manifesting is. It's not writing down that these things are going to happen in your life. It's writing down that they're going to happen in your life, figuring out how you're going to make them happen, then breaking that down even more into bite-sized chunks that you can accomplish every day, and then admitting to yourself when you fucked up, when you failed, and allowing humility to teach you how to become better. This is you truly connecting with the universe, with connecting with the universal fucking principles of life, bro. This is it. With you admitting to yourself everything that is true inside of your mind. You are living your true authentic self inside of your journal, bro. And this will allow you to live your true authentic self outside of you. The reason you're not living your life, or you're not even close to living the life you truly want to live or being the person you truly want to be, is because you haven't even started to align yourself with that person. It's a big jump to go from where you are to aligning yourself external, like out in the real world, telling everybody your goals, dressing how you want, wearing a nice watch because you know that higher value people will see that you're wearing a nice watch, right? You kind of feel like it's not you, but you want to become this person. So you start inside of your journal. You start becoming this person inside of your journal. And after a while, you will realize that, it's okay to do this, right? The journal isn't attacking me. Nobody read it or whatever, And then you'll truly start to show the world this, right? You'll start to gain so much belief in yourself because you've been journaling for so long. Dude, I've been journaling for 2 years. This is how I gained my confidence, my belief inside of myself. And I'm not trying to make this about you, but I want you to understand this has transformed my life. This has helped me get 250,000 followers online. And followers, it's cool. It's cool now, right? Who fucking cares about the followers, right? Like, I care about the people who follow me, but who cares about the number? It's not that. It's the fact that 250,000 people tapped that follow button on me. That in some way, shape, or form, they looked up to me and wanted to follow me. That's the thing I think about, right? And I'm not thinking about it in an egotistical way, like, yeah, people follow me, like, I'm thinking about it in a way that, like, wow, I became this person that people look up to. And if you truly believe that you have a good message to spread, that you have good intention to spread, you are doing the world such a massive favor. You don't need to get the followers, you just need to start influencing the world better. In a better way. And you do that first by influencing yourself better, by becoming a better person. But you need to let your thoughts and emotions out in here. You need to align yourself with your true self in here first. Here's another deep journal entry. Again, back when I had nobody in my life. I guess this must have been before I broke up with that second relationship at the beginning of the year. But yeah, I was going through something with her. She still to this day was the love of my life, and I had nobody to talk to about it with, but I had this. So, good morning. In the past 24 hours, I have learned a lot. A lot of things have clicked in my head, and I have now a lot of wisdom to give to the world. I'm very grateful for the loving person I am, and I'm glad I don't have the issues a lot of people do. I pray to God the girl I was dating figures herself out. She thinks she has her shit together, but she is far from it, to be honest. I want a relationship with her that is magical, but she doesn't have the same ideologies as me, and honestly, I think I do deserve better. But I do not like to give up. These are the thoughts I had. I would have never told somebody, I would have never told her, I would have never even told my mom that I'm really close with, that I think this girl, has her shit not figured out, that she needs to figure her shit out, because it's kind of rude to say, right? But inside of my mind, I needed to say that. I needed to tell myself that, because in my own reality and the life I lived, that was true. She didn't have her shit together. She was mentally fucking me, and even though it might have not been her, in the reality I was living, it was her. And so something like that deep dark thought, emotion and thought, it's not something you should release into the world, right? It's not something you should go out and tell people and tell the world right now. But it's still there. And you still need a way to get it out there. Because if you let that sit inside of you, it's just going to grow. It's like a weed. It's just going to drain nutrients and water from you. That's the power of journaling, guys. I know this video was literally all over the place, but I really hope you understand everything I said in this video and really paid attention. And if you stay to the end of this video, I just want to say I'm proud of you. Literally. I'm so proud of you. And after this video, take action. Tonight or tomorrow morning, take action. I don't care if you don't have a nice journal yet. A piece of paper works fine. Even if you just crumple it up and throw it away right after, it's okay. It'd be nice to look back at it one day. Sometimes it's good to look back at I don't know if you guys ever look back at your Snapchat memories, but it kind of makes you feel grateful for how far you've come and stuff like that. So sometimes I look back at this, and it's a really good thing to have, to see how far you have come and all the things you have learned, and feel proud of yourself. Those are really high vibration emotions you should often feel for yourself. But if you don't have a record of your thoughts, of your life, you're probably not going to feel that way. You're not going to see how far you have come. So that was my in-depth guide about journaling. If you have any questions, leave them in the comments below. I will reply to them because I see them all. Or just hit my Instagram DMs. Yeah, ladies and gentlemen, I hope you enjoyed that, and I will catch you guys soon. I'm flying out to Houston, not tomorrow, but the day after, to go to my show. You guys are probably going to see this Friday, but my show's Sunday, so make sure to go follow my Instagram because you'll see me on my show. So yeah. This should be fun, dude. I'm gonna make sure to journal about it the morning of, right? Nice journal, nice coffee, dude. I already know what I'm doing. I'm already setting the vibration right for that day. So, hope you guys enjoyed. Make sure you drop a like if you did. I don't really care if you don't, but if you did, drop a like. Helps out the video. And yeah, peace out.